Week 17 is upon us, and most of the playoff seedings and spots have been clinched in the AFC. And we have had a good long look at who the contenders are shaping out to be. So I decided to give you my pre-playoffs Super Bowl prediction. I'm going to give 2 reasons and an explanation of how they'll get through the conference championship, and who will win it all. You look at the title of this video and think, okay, I could think one of these teams is a Super Bowl favorite, and the other is not. And you'd be exactly right. My reasons for the Chiefs getting here are as follows. Number 1, Patrick Mahomes. He has the game-breaking ability that coaches dream of, and so far this season, he's barely turned the ball over, just 7 times. When you have that game-breaking X-factor ability, there is bound to be some spike of turnovers, but not with Patrick Mahomes, who has thrown 25 touchdowns to only 4 interceptions. And they lost a trip to the Super Bowl last year because of this.
Offside. Defense, number 55, lined up in the neutral zone. The 5-yard penalty will replay third down.
Can you believe it? He's right there. And he's over the blue by quite a bit, actually.
But they let Dee Ford walk. Combine Patrick Mahomes' electric arm and the rarity of turnovers, and you have a man who throws for an average of 308 yards per game, and a man who is a master at dismantling top defenses and lighting them up for big performances when it matters most. Just look at the 2018 AFC Championship game. In that game, he threw for 259 yards and 3 touchdowns. What makes you say he won't do it again? What better way to put the ball in Mahomes' hands than to have one of the most turnover-forcing defenses in the entire league? And that is what the Chiefs have. 21 turnovers, which is 8th in the league, and holding the opponent just 18.3 points per game. And when you only score that much, you have to punt a lot. And who do you have to punt it to? That's right, Tyreek Hill, one of the fastest players in the league, setting up this big play and at the same time converting on third down about 46.3% of the time offense with decent field position, who takes advantage, driving on average 38 yards downfield every time, which is 3rd in the entire league, and putting up 2.63 points on every drive, second to, you guessed it, the Baltimore Ravens, who I'm about to talk about. The AFC Championship game will feature the Chiefs and the Ravens in Baltimore. The battles to watch in this game are, who will perform better under pressure, Patrick Mahomes or Lamar Jackson? Second, who will keep the chains moving more on third down? Let's explore number 1. Basing this off last year's playoffs, you'd immediately say Patrick Mahomes off his success actually winning a playoff game. But last year, the hype was all about Patrick Mahomes. How far did he make it? This year, it's all about Lamar Jackson. Are we going to see a trend where the most hyped up players fail to emulate their regular season success when it matters most? We'll have to wait for January 19th to find out. Number 2. Both of these defenses are reckless on third down, but the Chiefs have taken away Lamar Jackson's bread and butter this year, the read option. They send blitzes a ton. And the Ravens, their opponents, completion percentage is just 59.8. But when they played in Week 3, Patrick Mahomes carved them up like a pumpkin on Halloween, throwing for 374 yards and 3 touchdowns, while completing 72.9% of his passes. Lamar Jackson in that game, 22 of 43 for 267 yards, no touchdowns or picks. Give me Kansas City winning this game 35-30. It's now time for me to explain to you why the New Orleans Saints will get you the Super Bowl. Number 1, the inconsistencies of the entire NFC. In the past 3 weeks, we have seen the 49ers lose to the Falcons, the Seahawks lose to the Cardinals, both at home, and the Packers nearly lost to the Redskins and the Bears. Name a questionable game the Saints have played in the last 3 weeks. I didn't think you could name them. The likelihood of some of these teams falling to inept teams in the playoffs is higher than you would expect. Number 2, Drew Brees and Michael Thomas dynamic duo. Drew Brees is the most efficient quarterback in the modern NFL, and Michael Thomas is the best wide receiver in the game right now. Both have broken monumental records this season and show no sign of stopping. Which inconsistent NFC team will stop them? The NFC Championship game will feature the New Orleans Saints at the San Francisco 49ers. earlier in the year, the 49ers won a shootout 48-46 on a last-second chip shot from Robbie Gould. There is a key difference in this game. It is at Levi Stadium. The Saints play better on the road this season than the 49ers do at home, and vice versa. The Falcons game for the Niners was at home. The battle to watch here is, which coach will make the better preparations for this game, and who will have studied more film from the Week 14 game to game plan better? I think the clear answer there is Sean Payton. And don't forget who Kyle Shanahan is. Sure, Sean Payton has blown games, but has he botched it to this extent? Not to mention the amount of playoff experience the two QBs have. Who do you think has the upper hand? Give me the Saints in this one, 41-34. In Super Bowl 54, we will have one offensive juggernaut versus another offensive juggernaut, whose defense will come to play. On paper, it looks like the Chiefs, but when someone has the advantage on paper, you never know. With 2 minutes and 46 seconds left in the fourth quarter, down 28-21, Drew Brees will take his team 83 yards downfield to the end zone. They surprise everyone and go for two. Stadium rocking. Drew Brees rolls out and starts running to the end zone. The Honey Badger is in his path. He runs right through him and into the end zone to get the lead 29-28 with 18 seconds to go. The Saints squib kick it and almost pay as Tyreek Hill almost gets free. 8 seconds left. A little check down out of bounds lands the Chiefs at the New Orleans 46-yard line with 2 seconds left. Patrick Mahomes rolls right and throws up a prayer. It's tipped and batted in the end zone, but falls incomplete, and the Saints win Super Bowl 54, 29-28.